To the fucking Lazy Revolver podcast. God damn it, I just want to hit record. If you want to introduce it differently, fucking go for it, but I'm done.
Okay. Hello, audience, and welcome to the Shadowrunner podcast.
God damn it, Nate.
I'm your host.
God damn it.
Nate Diesel.
Who are
On
you?
my right is Sage
Diesel?
and Savannah.
You sound like you
Diesel.
should be a talk show host for the nighttime.
Smooth jazz. 95.
There you go.
So how are you doing, Sage?
Well, you know, Nate, I'm trying to start a podcast. That's all.
Oh, that's very interesting. And how are you, Savannah?
I'm fantastic. This
This
is
is-
just fun to watch in general.
this
so
is the lazy
I'm
ro-
good.
This is the Lazy Revolver podcast. I don't care what he says. You're wrong. Nathan, you're wrong. So we're going to talk about video games and news and movies. Anything at all? Anybody? Bueller?
I got into Game Boys.
Wait, we're doing video games?
You
I thought
did.
this was for...
Yes, I did.
I thought we were talking about tech stuff.
Who are you?
You wanted to talk about tech stuff.
Oh. I guess
What-
I'm in the wrong room.
What games you been playing, Savannah?
I played Pokemon Yellow version. Old school.
And that's all we're going to talk about that. All right. Sounds good. Welcome to the
crying.
welcome to the 90s.
Thank
For the
you.
90s.
That's where I live.
I'm sure it is. Except not. It's 2014.
What?
What? Crazy. Newsflash.
Newsflash.
Extra. It's 2014.
Newsflash. Did you know that Sony has officially lost around 1.3 billion in their last year?
Now, how is that possible? Like didn't they just put out sales figures that showed that they were like miles ahead in console sales on that? Now, I guess I should stop and make sure you are talking about the game division of Sony, right?
Nope, the overall.
Oh, wow,
of Sony.
really?
Yeah.
Jeez.
The game division is actually probably profiting at this moment.
I
but
would assume
because
so.
of their heavy disc basis that they had, and because everyone's switching over to digital, they've lost a lot because of that.
I'm sure.
So then why aren't they switching to digital?
I assume they are.
Yeah.
I would think they are. It's just kind of a thing of the same thing with how Blockbuster and well, not Netflix, but like how Blockbuster and Redbox kind of duked it out. It's like Blockbuster just refused to upgrade until it was too late, and Sony definitely has a little bit of room to make these kinds
Yeah.
of failures, though.
Yeah, thankfully their system is selling rather well, so they at least
Yeah.
have a crutch there.
They're not gonna. If they're gonna cut any kind of budget, it's not gonna be out of the video game stuff. I'm almost 100% sure. They're doing so well, and they just released in Japan too the PlayStation 4, didn't they?
Yep.
So they're rocketing ahead.
Exactly.
Whereas Microsoft, I don't know. There's not much news on like Microsoft as a whole. They have too many divisions to really track a lot of that stuff. I don't know if that's true or not. I'm just spitballing.
Yeah. Just
So-
spit.
So you know what's great on an audio podcast? Silence. Good job, guys.
I'm just laughing in my head. Does that count?
No.
Exactly.
But if I
No,
laugh
it
out
doesn't.
loud, I feel like it
That's
get
okay.
a little
No, that's
annoying
okay.
after a
Just
while.
remember, we never censor anything here, so go for any topic.
Any topic?
Any topic.
I was going to test it, but I won't.
Say what?
I was going to test him, but then he glared at me.
So
So I won't.
so
I was going to go down a dark road.
now I'm curious. What are you talking about?
I'm just going to talk about one of the forbidden.
I'd suggest you talking to the mic. Just saying. If you're going to talk like on accident.
I was talking to the ghost behind you, and he can hear me, so it's okay.
Don't do that. Don't say that. I'm going to look now.
Wait, you see
Oh,
dead
God.
people?
Okay, I'm okay.
Yeah. I have a movie about me,
Sage.
too.
We're in an M. Night Shyamalan movie.
An actual good one?
They have those?
What else you got on your magical laptop of Internetville? Because I feel like the internet is totally distracting you. You've like checked out of this podcast completely.
Well, there's another thing that I would like to talk about is the new Call of Duty Ghosts. You know, after
Ugh.
Dude, Sage sounds excited.
Call of Duty, I'm so sick and tired of Call of Duty. Like they need to stop making them. I'm gonna get so much flack for saying that. They need to stop. I will say it. I'll keep to my guns.
You did say it.
They need to stop making Call of Duty games. Boom. Drop the mic. Leave. What's going on? What's
So
going
now
on? with
he's
Call of
checking
Duty?
out of the
well, they're
podcast.
coming out with a new one with Kevin Spacey actually
This is the
as one of the villains.
This is the Modern Warfare Advanced
Yep,
Warfare.
Advanced Warfare, coming to you probably by Christmas.
Stupidest title ever. Ugh.
Then what would you suggest the title be?
Well, they went from Modern Warfare to Advanced Warfare. Like, oh, that's creative because it's the next video game. It's like we went through all of the older Call of Duty games that were reenactments of old wars. They ran out of wars to make. So then they made Modern Warfare where they started making up wars. Now they're going to just start making up everything. They're going to be like, yeah, and we can, do stealth ships that actually turn invisible. And, we have bombers that go crazy. It's like it's not a Call of Duty game anymore. Just call it something else. Call it something else and be done.
and you
don't-
can start a whole new line of
I
video
just-
games.
I just think they need to innovate the gameplay at least, not make it the same corridor run Twitch based shooting.
But why would you change it if it makes so much money? That's exactly what they're going to do.
Well, at least add some freaking destruction, not a.
Okay, Mr. Battlefield.
Yes, I love Battlefield for the destruction, and that's it. And then
Did
it
you
only
just say
lasts
you love
for like.
Battlefield 4? What?
How dare you mention that
Not
name on
quite.
this podcast?
Aw.
Struggle.
the struggle is real.
The struggle of finding a good Battlefield game.
I think.
How about
I think
you make one?
There is a
Nate?
good Battlefield game. It's called Battlefield 3. A lot of people played it. A lot of videos made in it, and it's still around.
I will
Did
actually
not
say
stop being sold.
Battlefield Bad Company was probably the best one.
That was actually a really good one, except for too much dust.
Too much dust.
Too much dust particles in that game. I couldn't see anything I was shooting. I'd like you'd fire a rocket into a building, and then you're just kind of blind firing at that point. It's like there's no point. There's no point in being able to even try. I'm moving around. Okay.
I loved it because it was innovative in that way. Well, it
Dust?
made
It was innovative in dust.
well, it made the gamer have to come up with different plans actually combat.
Yeah, Sage.
Oh,
Now, instead of
now
just
it's against
jumping
me, I
behind
see.
a cover, you can actually blow up a wall and go around someone or
and then there's Halo.
with no destruction. Let's go from a game with destruction to a game without.
Well, we went from a game without destruction to a game with destruction. I'm burping. To a game without destruction again, but of a different space, theme, and gameplay mechanics. So I think we're doing well on keeping on track. I'm going to adjust my mic. Hold on one second.
Nice way to derail the conversation, Sage.
By fixing my mic?
Are you fixing the mic or are you about to die of a stroke?
I'm just
Both.
fixing my mic makes me really excited. That's all I'm going to say about that.
So it wasn't a stroke groan. It was an excitement groan.
Anyways, what did you guys think about Destiny?
Hold on. Let's talk about this for a second. Okay. Dude, I'm getting more and more excited about Destiny. The only thing I'm not excited for is I don't know how I'm going to feel about the multiplayer aspect of it. Since it's
You mean the PvP?
No. It's as far as I know, there is no
Or-
single player campaign. It's
Yep.
all online, drop in, drop out scenarios. Kind of like you're playing, and then suddenly some guys will enter your game and for a random event or something like that. I like online play. I really do, and I'm not saying it's bad, but I feel like lately the big games that have been coming out have no single player story or anything like that. They're trying to mold multiplayer with single player, and it just I don't know. I mean, I'm really excited for it. I think they got a great idea going. I just wish there was a single player to it. I'm so used to playing games on single player and not having to connect and pay. I mean, a big ding is paying monthly to be able to play a game that's online only. That's to me, that's like a weird marketing ploy that I don't know. Games have been doing. It's weird.
Well, at least they're going to have an aspect of co-op, because there was a dry period in this last generation where it felt like there was no co-op at all, and it was just always competitive.
That's true. That's true. Titanfall is a big, probably who you're talking about, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I mean, I get the whole deathmatch and competitive playing and how it's supposed to at least bring some life to the game where you could constantly have DLC in that aspect, but it's still nice to at least not have people throwing controllers at you across the room, or having the occasional 12-year-old that's cussing at you on the internet, because that's amazing.
Well, you'll always have that. That'll never go away. Even on co-op. If you're not teabagging him on the ground, you're helping him up off of a cliff while he screams in your ear. That just happens. That's a gaming culture thing. I don't know why there's so many 12-year-olds out there, but they're there and they're still alive. And as long as they're still alive, so what I'm saying is 12-year-old gamer genocide. Let's
Just
start
12-year-olds,
this up.
right?
Just
Not-
12-year-olds.
Not the annoying 11 or 13-year-olds.
You are
Just the
not helping the
12-year-olds.
case of violence impacting young lives.
I'm just saying I think we should enact the Hunger Games on 12-year-old gamers.
I bet you were one of those 12-year-olds.
No, because I never used a mic. Also, what was out when I was 12? I don't think
How
much
old were you?
online play was out when I was 12.
No,
I said you would be. Now you were.
Well, we can argue about semantics all day, but you never know.
Oh my god, I feel so old. We didn't have any online.
Yeah, I know. And it was great because guess what? I could actually play games with people in my house.
Oh yeah.
The problem with online that came on is, yeah, it's great. I can play with somebody in China if I want to. But at the same time, I can't play with somebody unless they have an entirely different system with a second copy of the game.
And they're also playing for online.
It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous.
Is
Yeah,
that
that
ridiculous?
was a big
very
no-no
ridiculous.
on Fuse there. We offer couch co-op, but you have to pay for your account.
Yeah, you have to for some reason connect online to play on the same. It's stupid, but that's the one thing I don't know about Destiny is if it's going to be if there's possibility of you being able to take your account, put it on the same machine, same Xbox, same PlayStation. It's on both consoles, right?
Yep.
And being able to play together in the same room, or if you have to always be on a separate console kind of thing. Like that's gonna. It's great for what we do. Because we have to record on two separate systems anyway, to do the split screen and everything. So that's not a big problem. We will probably end up connecting online anyway, even though we are in the same room together. But the problem I find more is the possibility of there being no LAN play and having to deal with the lag and the server times, and not being able to just connect because the guy's right next to me. You're right next to me. Being able to connect to you through LAN and then going out to the world would be so much easier.
Yeah.
They're not going to do it, though. I'm sure they're not.
Well, what they are going to do is apparently you have to unlock the PvP aspect of Destiny, meaning that you have to at least go through a couple story missions before they unlock the competitive aspect of multiplayer.
Well, like I said, it's all multiplayer still. It's essentially an MMO, is what it's going to be. And I don't really know how it's going to be. I mean, I guess it's going to be an MMO in the sense of they're not going to show you every single character. They're going to put you in parties, but it's going to be secret. This is at least what I've researched. Like, it'll be a thing where you'll wander on, there'll be a community event, and it'll pair you with a group of 10 people, even though there's 2,000 people probably doing that event at one time. So it makes it feel smaller and more connected, but at the same time, you're still one of 2 billion kind of thing.
$100 billion.
That sounds nice right now.
How- Can you imagine losing $1 billion? Seriously.
How many sandwiches would that
Sony
buy?
can.
Yeah, that's true.
Like,
Bringing it
to be
around.
honest, if someone came up to me, I'm sorry, I just lost $1 billion of your money, I would kill them. Like I can't even imagine that amount of money in this room right now.
So
It probably wouldn't.
let's say the CEO of Sony walks up to you and says, "I lost $1.3 billion." What do you do?
Backhand.
Backhand?
That's it.
Oh,
Totally back it off. Totally. Just like lost the spine right there.
but I don't have $1 billion as it is.
Nate's like, but it would never happen, so why do I got to think about it?
Because he brought it up.
Oh, exactly.
Mm-hmm.
You're terrible. What do you guys think about Defiance, though? Have you heard about it?
I have. Is there what's going on new? Because I assumed the MMO was.
Oh, well, it's going free to play with the new release of the second season on Sci-Fi.
There is a second season.
Yep.
Okay.
Which is a little bit odd because of how the first season ended.
Well, I mean, the first season ended. I don't know. I like Defiance because it's a hardcore sci-fi series, which I love those. Those are like some of my favorite series to watch. Savannah, did you watch Defiance?
I've seen a couple episodes, but I didn't see the last one.
It's a really cool premise. They had that interesting idea of making the game and the show be the same, which I kind of was like, that there's no way that could be possible to do, but I was like, well, we'll see what they do, or at least attempt to do with it. But which that I believe kind of fell to the wayside like the second the game came out. The game wasn't doing too well either.
Apparently, it's actually picking up. Well,
Defiance?
yeah, when it first launched, of course, it had its bugs and everything.
It was very buggy.
Yeah, very buggy. Almost as buggy as Elder Scrolls Online. But at least it seems
You're very sarcastic.
but at least it
What,
seems
Nate?
that they're
No.
sort of picking it up, just bringing the pieces back together. Because from what I can understand, my cousin is actually enjoying it with each update that they come out with.
Well, I've seen some gameplay of it. It looks okay. To me, it looks like every other multiplayer game out there. I don't right now. I mean, if it's free to play, I'll probably try it. But right now, I don't see any reason to pay. It was like $59, $60 when it first came out, and I was just like, I couldn't justify that purchase to myself.
Yeah.
I like the show. The show was okay, and that's a big thing. Is the show was okay. I didn't really think it wowed me or anything like that. It had some cool sets, some cool effects,
Definitely.
but it just, I don't know. It wasn't
It didn't do it for you.
It didn't do it for me. I wasn't aroused by the show.
Do you
I
get
didn't-
aroused by other shows?
Maybe. It's called porn.
It's not a show.
Not the way you watch it.
I don't watch porn.
Nate, how about you? Do you watch porn?
So Plants
Well, that
vs.
took a turn.
Zombies. So Plants vs. Zombies has actually revealed their microtransactions pricing.
Is there porn in it? You're not getting away from this. How
You know,
much?
he deflected it, which means yes.
How many bitcoins does it take to pay for it?
Well, it usually takes 10.
And what's the real life currency to that?
$10.
The $1 billion that he lost.
The 1.3 billion dollars.
We might as well call up Sony and be all, we know what happened to your $1 billion. Talk to your CEO.
God.
He's spending it on porn.
The CEO's no. The CEO's like, oh man, I was trying to buy this new helmet in Plants vs Zombies, so I spent $1.3 billion. That's how it went. It's all gone.
Well, what do you think about microtransactions in general?
I think there's certain things that can do them well, and then there's certain things that can't do them well. For those who don't know, microtransactions is like in-game purchases for whether it's extra bonus points, the
Character skin,
character skins is a big
weapons,
one.
stuff like that.
Level unlocks. It depends on how you go. You see them on both spectrums.
Yeah.
But I feel like microtransactions in console games just doesn't fit with me. I understand microtransactions in either indie games or in mobile platforms, but I don't know. I think it's fine. I think they've been planning on making putting out the microtransactions for a while, so it's not a big surprise.
Yeah.
But I just don't personally like microtransactions in general. I feel like it's a lot of companies cheap out for it. I haven't played it, so I don't know if they do it well or not. They could do it well. There are examples of it being good, I guess. Like microtransactions.
I find it hard to find any microtransactions which are
Microtransactions?
good. Yes, Michael Jackson.
Michael Jackson transactions?
The king will never die.
Jackson actions?
But seriously, I can't think of one instance where it was actually needed. Because it tends to be that they just locked away a bit of the game for you to come back and pay an extra fee for.
Right.
Which is kind of shitty when I think about it, because it's just, why would you do this if I'm already paying the full price to get it?
So they can get more money out of you. So you keep playing.
I mean, that's exactly what it is. But I
Not worth it.
the thing is a lot of the times microtransactions are only optional things. I mean, you see them with the character skins or something like that. That's you're not losing a whole much by being able to make your plant a plant or a football playing plant kind of thing. It's not there's not a big difference. So I don't know if that's how they did it or if they said, well, this level is $10. This level, because that's a bad way.
Yeah.
Putting content behind paywalls is not a good thing. So it depends on what it is. I don't know how they did it. Did they announce what their microtransactions, single transactions? What their microtransactions are? I'm having the worst time speaking.
Michael transactions are exactly. Well, it just seems like they're for Plants vs. Zombie, it's just around I believe 5 or 6 tiers. Don't quote me on that. Of $1 up to 10, and these packs are basically
my mic fell.
They're basically kind of like a Mass Effect 3 random sort of card where you can get whatever weapon or something, but it's a gamble.
But it has to be a gamble on things that aren't game breaking. I mean, it sounds like it's probably a bunch of. What are you doing? You taking pictures?
The weapons.
What are you doing?
Nope.
Put the phone away.
I'm researching.
You are lying.
I'm not lying.
You are totally. I am watching you. I am watching you. May the audience know that Savannah is.
I'm a multitasker.
Snapchatting on the podcast.
So that people know what we're doing.
Snap working.
Snap working. Yeah.
Multi-snapping. No, multi-chatting.
Multi-chatting. There we go.
There you go. It doesn't. It still.
How
doesn't
many
work.
puns can you come up with before I snap?
That one.
Funny you should ask. The reason why I wanted to start this podcast was to make you go insane. That was the only reason.
Is it working?
Yeah, you might have to try harder.
Okay.
Oh wait, no, that was the last straw.
And
I knew it.
Done. Yeah, the microtransaction things is always a kind of a slippery slope. I don't know how people could do it well or do it in a shitty way too. I know I think it was Forza did it in a really bad way where they were charging people for cars. But it goes either way. Honestly, it's never a good thing.
Yeah. At least we're not going to have another Forza, right?
Dead silence because he's serious.
And you're glaring.
Okay, anyways. What do you guys think about movie video games?
I feel like the transitions on this podcast from topic to topic are awful. It's like we just stop talking for a little bit, and then you're like, so what do you guys think about this?
That's exactly how it goes.
That's exactly.
Well, it
I
could
think it
just be
depends on
that
the
way.
movie.
On the movie.
Yeah.
Does it
The
have the
movie
rock in
video
it?
games.
Does it have the rock in it? Because then it's awesome. That's my barometer for.
Did you
video
guys
game movies.
play the Scorpion King video game?
No.
No.
Well, wait, hold on. The Scorpion King video game came out for the movie. The movie came out, then the game came out. That's different. Video game adaptations of movies is different than movie adaptations of video games. Like Doom, which had The Rock in it, which was awful.
Which is where he was going with this the whole entire time.
I think both ways, for some reason, just doesn't pan out.
There's some that do. The Wolverine Origins was a actually pretty decent game version, and in fact, a lot of people preferred the game over the movie, just because
The movie was garbage.
Yeah, well, I mean,
so how do you raise up from garbage?
it was pretty bad. The only reason it was really bad was the Deadpool character, but
They murdered Deadpool. They
Well.
made him into a Deadpool. Yeah.
Not your best, Nate.
boo. Get off the stage. I'm trying to think of one video game to movie thing, but most things usually don't like cross genre very well. I don't think like a lot of books to movies never really pan out.
I think
I
it would-
disagree.
Really? I don't know. I've always felt like most people that read the books and then go see the movie never are satisfied by the movie.
Well, that's because
The one that I liked the most was Divergent. They stayed true to that book to the end.
You, of course,
and that
I swear to
movie
God.
got terrible reviews.
I don't care.
I-
Personally, I liked it because I also read the book. I saw it with my friends who also read the book, and I saw the movie, and I liked it a lot.
Okay,
It
so
wasn't
which
like
you-
a Twilight thing where they butchered it.
So which you like more, Divergent or Harry Potter?
I cannot. I'm not fully educated
Even-
to answer that question.
Okay.
even Harry Potter was kind
Well,
of
the only difference between
ruined.
that was because the books were so freaking long. You can't fit everything into the movies.
But that's the thing. That's what they always have to do. They always have to cut so much out of the.
That's true, but it's
Movie
what they
because-
cut that makes it good or bad. Like with Divergent, it was wonderful.
but they did cut things, right?
Yeah, they still cut things, but everything that was
What
fine.
the fuck? Turn
Cut.
your fucking phone
That's
off.
my boss.
Hold
I
on,
have to-
hold
God damn it.
Hold on. Cut.
And welcome back. No, we're going to leave that in. We're going to leave that in.
At least
gonna-
it was my boss and not someone
It's
random.
going to stay in. I'm your boss.
Oh, are you now?
I am the boss. No, I'm not. Please don't hurt me.
You're not even hosting this.
Who are you? Seriously.
My phone's just going. I
Turn
was
the
turning it
phone
off.
off.
That's what I was doing, okay?
God damn it.
So again, her name is Savannah. She's probably the one who is going to cause all the problems.
Am I not causing the problems
I'm
already?
I'm pretty sure she's
I started them from the beginning.
Well, considering that our first podcast was interrupted by Sage.
Who are you? Listen, I took a. Technically, it's not our first podcast because we didn't release it. So, ha.
Oh well, I can always release it.
No,
Are
you
you
won't.
releasing this one?
It's on my computer. I can go.
What?
I could probably actually upload it right now from this laptop.
Who are you? Stop it. But back to stuff from that segue.
So let's change the topic.
So let's change the topic to Fuck, I didn't have any topics. I had nothing loaded.
Weird.
Oh god, cables.
There he goes again.
You okay there? There's no snakes down there. I swear.
I'm very.
Or
There may be a
spiders.
spider.
What?
And he's gone.
Do you guys want me to like scream like a little girl? Is that the objective?
That
you
would be
have
pretty
right now?
funny. That would add to the comedy, wouldn't it?
My ears would
No,
ring
I'm
for
good.
like an hour.
I'm good. Movies and video games
Yeah, just
and books, right?
well, adaptations
Yeah, guys.
in general,
Huh?
they can work out, but it's very difficult and very few for them to work out.
Yeah, I mean, I've tried to do things like that where I would adapt one thing to another, but it's hard because, well, the biggest thing that's hard is because you see something and you think that's how it needs to be, but you don't always portray the same thing in every genre the same way, and it's like a book. I imagine a scene a certain way, and then the director, I see it and they imagine it a whole different way. It could be much more extravagant or much more simple than what I was thinking. Same thing with video games. The technology of the video games will always limit what you can and can't do in that, as well as a video game going the other way to Doom or something like that. You know, it's like the video game just because video games usually are mechanics and immersion and you projecting yourself onto the character. Whereas a movie is you watching a character do things, kind of thing. You're more empathetic. Is that the word?
Yes.
You feel more for that character as a person rather than just as a random faceless dude that's supposed to be you.
Yeah, well, both genres have to play to empathy to keep the audience, but I think that for books, they have a lot more pages and time to paint an image for the reader. Like in Lord of the Rings, how he spends like freaking 10 pages describing a blade of grass, but on the actual movie screen, that's only a 10-second shot because they actually have to get somewhere and not be wandering in a field. I really hate the Lord of the Rings. But seriously, it's like for books to movies, they have to cut out so much of that ridiculously long description.
Mm-hmm.
And then for video games,
well, I mean, you don't need
yeah.
you don't need the ridiculously long description. You see it. There, boom, it's there. You don't gotta talk about
Yeah,
the snowy white mountains.
Set the camera here, point, shoot. Okay, we're done.
Yeah, so I mean, they're always gonna be shorter.
And then video games, it's always that interactive aspect where they're actually trying to get you into the character. Phrasing. But
Get you into the character. Wink.
Savannah, you want to sell?
Sexy hot time.
Do I what?
Do you want to take over this conversation? Because Sage is sort of
Losing it?
somewhere else.
Is he not always somewhere else?
What are you
What?
looking at?
What? I'm sorry, I wasn't paying attention. I was looking at something.
He's multitasking, unlike me, because apparently I'm not allowed to, right?
You're also not allowed to talk without looking at the mic. That's also a thing you're not allowed to do. Sorry, hold on. Let me talk the way that you'd be talking in this podcast if I didn't keep you with that. So how you guys doing? You guys hear me from here?
I can hear you just fine, thank you.
I personally think that the levels.
We're
This
still picking you
podcast-
up some.
Well, no shit. You're gonna pick me up. There's 3 fucking mics.
Actually, there's 4 in this room.
Yes, and that one's off.
Well, let me turn it on.
Hold on, Nate. We were just talking about painting a picture. Let's paint a picture of the podcast room.
Oh, God.
All right, here we go. There's a green wall behind us. 5, 10 chairs.
The shade of the wall is that of lavender.
And suddenly, a flash of light, a meteor bursts from the sky. And podcast. No, I'm just kidding.
Are you done yet?
What?
Am I done yet?
Are you?
I just got bored listening to you describe the room, that's all.
Oh, that-
Damn.
That's okay.
I just
Let's
fell
just-
asleep. Did
let's
you
just-
hear me snoring?
Let's describe Savannah. Ready? Go. No, I'm just kidding. Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that. She's wearing
Go
a
ahead,
shirt.
Nate.
She's wearing a shirt and pants.
She's not. That's not a shirt.
What is it then?
Savannah's naked. Savannah's on this podcast naked.
Why else am I here?
She had clothes and poof, they're gone. I don't know where they went.
Oh, God.
And now Nate's naked. I'm just gonna be
What
the guy that
drugs
describes
did you
this.
take before we started?
All of them.
And where can I get them?
We did go to the corner store just a second ago. We could go back.
Just
no,
a second ago?
just let
That
me
was
know
really
when you
fast.
get down
It's
to the
not too
thrift
late.
shop.
The thrift shop.
Are you going to sing the song while you're there? And Death Glare.
Once again, the best way to respond is through a glare that no one can see. Good job.
I will glare all over this podcast.
So,
That sounds really...
Get your mind out of the gutter.
How do you know what I was going to say? I didn't get to finish my sentence.
Because I read all of your minds.
Oh.
Even the audience.
man, that sounds like a really noisy brain.
Why do you think I drink all the time?
You drink all the time? Dude, why aren't you sharing? Where's my drink?
Yeah,
You remember
mine
last time you drank? You flooded the bathroom.
too. That wasn't the last time. That was the time before last.
Oh, okay.
Last
okay.
time he spent it throwing
So
up.
video games.
Oh, yeah. And then
How are
jumping.
things going, guys? Listen, you can't hate me because I party hard. That's Just
You
because
forgot the quotes around Party Hard.
just because
Raging.
I go hard doesn't mean y'all should be hating. All right.
From what I hear,
I'm
it's
not
very
hating.
soft. Raging.
You would like to know, wouldn't you, Nate? Huh?
I'm pretty sure he already does know.
What? I mean, yeah, it's just the quickie in the bathroom, but other than that,
Did you guys happen to go see the new Spider-Man movie, by the way?
I was
awesome
going
fucking
to, but then I
segue.
didn't.
New Spider-Man movie, all right.
I will
From
say
my-
that
from-
it was,
From my dick to Spider-Man.
despite the reviews, I actually liked it.
Really?
Other than the beginning. The beginning was garbage. But the rest of the movie was pretty awesome. The ending was amazing, and I would spoil it for you.
Yeah, I was about to say, don't spoil it. Don't spoil it. I want to see it. No.
Someone dies.
Desiree was saying that she cried like 6 times because
During that movie?
During that movie?
during Spider-Man.
She cries during the end of the Green Mile.
She
Yeah, but that's because
uh,
that's her weakness. Is like people dying.
That is the weirdest weakness ever.
I don't know. Because we always talked about her, Jade, Autumn, and I have all got our crying weakness that make us cry like a baby.
What is yours? Dead dogs?
No. Actually, yeah, but it has to be like in a movie. It's not just like I see
rather
a
than
dead
real
dog on the
life.
side.
She doesn't cry in
No,
real life.
I'm just
So
like
I
if
could
I see a
place
dead dog on the side of the street,
Wait,
I'm not
wait,
gonna be like, "Oh my god," and start
so I can
bawling
place
in
a
the
poodle
car.
right here and kill it.
I'd probably
and
be
you
more
wouldn't
angry
cry.
with you than I would be sad. I'd be sad, but I like want to kill you
she
instead.
She only cares about fake puppies dying. She doesn't care about
No.
real ones.
It has like there has to be a story behind it. Shut up.
So we'll set a puppy down. We'll give you its entire backstory from birth till right now.
No,
and then we'll
usually
murder
it's
it.
like parents crying and they're talking about their children, something like that. With like this grandpa,
oh god, you're
his
gonna
daughter.
make people cry.
No, his daughter.
Here we
like
go.
his wife had died and his daughter was
Story
going to have their
time.
first grandchild, and she told him by having a pacifier and like saying the announcement on the pacifier, he didn't get it at first, but when he did, he started crying, and it was so sweet, and it made me cry because I can't handle parents crying. Whether it's happy or sad, I just can't handle.
I mean, I can kind of understand that. It's a little bit better than
You can't handle
Black people
adults
dying.
crying.
black people dying.
What?
No, parents, not adults. Parents.
Yeah.
Like if they cry about their children, whether
If-
it's happy or sad, it just makes me want to cry.
If they don't
Okay.
have a child, she doesn't give a fuck.
Yeah, she don't give a fuck.
Again, it depends. It's just shut up.
Now, what
And
if
the Spider-Man
hold on,
2,
what
she
if-
don't give a fuck.
What if the adult cries about killing a puppy? Does that make you cry? Does that make you
No.
cry? Or-
Sure.
okay. It turns me on.
Well, I
So
think
I'm
you
just-
guys
that's
are
my-
right.
That's my type of.
And
I don't
really
want to
fucked
picture
up.
that.
My God. Who are my co-hosts?
Oh, I'm a
Who are we
co-host.
really?
I thought I was the host.
You're not introducing anything.
Yeah, you didn't introduce shit. Except for talking about drugs.
Hey, and that's a serious topic. You know.
Not the way you said it.
Drugs are bad.
What?
Drugs are bad, okay?
Savannah's like, what? I didn't know that. I just
Well,
took
I
some
need to
drugs this
rethink
morning.
my life. Just kidding.
How do you drugs?
How do I not drugs?
Terrible.
It's a thing that I have to live with.
The drugs or the
The drugs.
No, okay. Now what
The
if
answer is always the drugs.
what if some parents take some drugs that make them cry?
Oh my god.
What happens then?
There's no sadness factor about that.
Wait, did you cry when you watched Game of Thrones?
I don't watch Game of Thrones. I watched like the first season. I don't remember. That was a really long time ago. No, it's a sad time.
You should just leave right now.
There's not that much parents crying. Usually it's much more like parents murdering.
There was
or getting murdered.
There was parents crying
There's just a lot of
in
death.
episode 2.
And sex.
Yeah.
There was a person crying in episode 2.
Why do you raise your eyebrows like that?
Wait, was she crying or was she just yelling? She does a lot of that.
I think it was both.
Or was it
Crying, yelling.
screaming?
All right,
What would you call that emotion?
I'm going to also call spoilers right here. But
But hold on. Before you say that,
But I won't.
before you spoil things, you spoiling bastard. What emotion would that be called? Crying and yelling at the same time.
Angry cry?
Cragen.
Raging.
Why does everything have to?
Because it's like
Involve raging.
crying and rage at the same time. You know?
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Raging.
I mean, it's either that or angry cry, so I don't really know if we have much to decide from.
I like mine the best.
All right, what was your
Of
spoiler?
course you do.
Oh, that was just a.
Too soon. Too fucking soon. Why would you say that? That had nothing to do with what we were talking about. God
well,
damn
Yes,
it.
it did. He was talking about Game of Thrones.
Yeah, well,
Yeah,
linked
that's
in
this
with.
season. That's this season. You were talking about season 1, and he's just like, oh yeah, by the way, blank. And I'm not gonna say it because I'm gonna beep it out of the fucking podcast, you douchebag.
I said spoilers. If they stayed tuned for this long.
That's too soon. That's too soon to be spoiled.
Okay, fine. Then we'll go back.
You have to wait at least like one season.
Blah, 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 blah. Rob Stark dies.
God fucking. I'm just gonna bleep everything out. I'm just gonna bleep your channel out. That's what's gonna happen. It's gonna be a bunch of like beep. That's really interesting, Nate. I really like that idea.
No, but
so,
seriously.
Savannah, what do you?
No, actually, you should probably show her that episode and ask her.
I gotta fix this.
How dysfunctional is your mic that you have to change it 4 freaking times
keep-
within one podcast?
I
Sage,
keep changing my height.
Sage, you notice how none of us have touched our mics this entire podcast?
That sounds like a personal problem.
That's always your answer for everything.
It's never been wrong. Okay.
Except for right now.
All right.
And every other time you say
I'm
that.
good
Yeah,
again.
and every other time.
I'm good again.
But seriously, like, sit her down and have her watch The Red Wedding and see if she cries.
But she doesn't.
It's a wedding. I'll probably
She doesn't
cry.
cry.
I cry at weddings. I cry at births. I cry at adults crying. Parents crying.
She won't. She doesn't understand.
Just sit her down and make her watch all of Game of
She-
Thrones.
she
No, if
doesn't
you're going to make me
understand.
watch that episode, I'll just watch everything. The only thing
Fine.
was I didn't have access to it.
Anyways,
only thing.
well, he has it on his computer.
No, I don't. Shut up, Nate.
I already knew he
Anyways,
had it
I'm
on
deleting
his
it.
Sage
computer.
will allow you to watch it.
Will he?
Nate, you are so bad about this. Jesus Christ. You just convicted me of online piracy, as well as you spoiled
I
this
just said
season
it
of
was-
fucking Game of
Technically, he
Thrones.
didn't
I just
say
said it was on your
piracy.
computer. I didn't
Yeah,
say
you
you
could
pirated
have
it.
it
You just
on,
convicted yourself.
DVD thing.
You
or
said it was
something.
on my computer. Where can you get it?
You can download a digital copy.
Boom. Drop the mic.
Not right now. Not this season.
In a
Not
world.
this season, but
Which was
he
what he
never
was
said
talking
what
about.
season you had. He just
In a
said you had
world
Game
where
of Thrones.
Sage convicts himself of online piracy.
He's on.
Anyways.
He's on the run from the law.
Breaking the law. Breaking the law.
Nobody pirates online. Nobody does that, right? That doesn't happen. Ever.
No,
Sail
never.
the internet free. PirateBay.com. Actually, it's like .se, but
I do not.
Anytime I think of piracy, I just think of those old
Arr.
previews before
We-
movies on DVDs.
Pirates of the Caribbean was awesome. Until they got to Strange of Tides, and it was getting...
Yeah.
It was,
We do not condone
Terrible.
piracy on this podcast.
But
are
we
you telling me
practice
that
it.
back then you would not be a pirate?
I mean, I would be an actual pirate, yes.
Well, actually, knowing you, you probably would have either died, gotten raped,
and then
or
died?
gotten hung.
Just, is it one of those or all three at the
all
same time?
three at the same time.
Okay, so I'm getting raped while
Actually,
hung
over
dying.
and over and over again before you die.
That would be a very... That would
Yeah.
be a very difficult way to...
They're into weird stuff, man. Those pirates, they're into the kinky stuff.
I would never last ever.
Asphyxiation. Well, you just sell your body and you'll be fine.
Great.
No, just
No,
learn...
but if I had to live, it's like when I watched Sword Art Online. I was like, if I was stuck in there, I'd be one of the first people dead.
Sword Art
hands down.
Online is awesome.
I fucking love that series, and I finished it. I watched it in like 2 days, just like a week.
2 days that 2 days that are like a week.
Hopefully they come
It
out
was a
with
very short
another
period of time.
season of Sao.
I want
I don't-
it.
Actually, I think they did announce it. The second
they?
season
Did
of Sao.
they?
Yeah.
What are they gonna do?
The end of the
Oh,
series.
did
seemed
you not
pretty,
read the manga?
No. I only watched the
It's a
anime.
thing
Oh my
called
God.
Netflix.
Now I know how the people who were reading Harry Potter felt when everyone was all, "Oh, I don't know how they're going to top this." Do you not keep up with anything?
Do
So-
you have the manga?
Sorry, Nate. I don't have all the fucking time in the world to keep up with every single fucking manga that I read. Jesus Christ.
I'll read it if
Fucking
you have it.
get mad about it.
Well, if you learned how to read, maybe you'll be a little bit more educated.
Burn.
She's awesome. We should always have her on the podcast.
Angry face.
That's an angry face?
It looks like you're pouting. Like the little kid in
close enough.
Tropic Thunder at the
very
end
Just keeps
when the bridge
coming.
blows up and just crawls up and
stabbing him. Throws him over the side of the bridge.
Do you have the manga?
No, I just read it online. You can
Oh,
you can just look it up.
I want it. Okay, I'll
Yeah.
look it up then.
That's an awesome series. So is Attack on Titan, which I haven't finished.
Dude.
I just started.
I have. There you go.
watching
Boom. You should read the manga. Nate, you should read the manga of Attack on Titan.
it.
Did you read the
Attack-
wait,
Yes, I did. Shut up. I'm caught up.
Did you really read the
Whoa.
manga?
Yes, I did.
Hostile.
I did read the manga, Nate. Boom. Dropping some knowledge on you.
Oh well, did you
Spoiler.
want to
Spoiler.
But dude, that's an awesome. That episode is just amazing. Like all this entire season is just awesome. You should. So
Wait, are we
catch
back
up.
to Game of Thrones or are we talking about Attack on Titan?
Dude, if they can't keep up with this, then that's your fault.
We can't keep up with it, Nate.
Who are you?
We're not inside of your head.
Well,
Nate's
yeah,
just saying
neat.
words.
You see, the
like,
issue
says
is
that
my
ma-
mind is like a solid state. Yours is like a hard drive.
I've never heard
Upgrade
anything
your
more
shit.
nerdy. I've never heard anyone say anything more nerdy than that.
Okay. Let me
Hold
put
on.
it in. Let me rework it.
While you say that, push up your glasses and snort while you're
Okay,
doing it.
let me rework it. My mind is like Google Fiber. Yours is like Cox Internet. Upgrade your shit. Boom.
Boo. 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 One, because Google Fiber is not out everywhere yet, and two, Cox is also rolling out the exact same features. You're a dumbass.
Boom. I stand by my statement.
You literally
Strong and true.
literally made two wrong statements right there.
I will make any
Two wrongs
statement.
do not make a right, Nate.
But three rights make a left.
Boom.
Boom.
That took a drastic turn,
Not the first.
but the last.
Yeah, we'll see about that.
No, I will end it right now. Cut podcast.
Except
Oh,
I'm the
sorry.
one. I'm the one next to the mixer. Pretty mixer.
Oh my god.
You know what I
You
should
guys
do?
are
I should just
ridiculous.
mute you two, and it's just gonna be a podcast of me the
Oh,
whole time.
because they want to listen to your voice the entire time.
I want to listen to my voice the entire time. If nobody else listens to it, I will.
Narcissistic.
Maybe once your balls drop and get a little bit more bass, then
Oh, Sage. Oh, you're
Don't.
so
You
sexy.
should stop now.
I'm doing this for myself now. No one else is gonna listen to this.
You're
but
gonna cut
me.
this part out?
we should just cut this entire part out.
I'm just,
It's just gonna be
Yeah, then you'll be
20
left
minutes
alone.
of Sage
one
talking to
soundbite.
himself.
one
Oh
soundbite
yeah,
of me.
you like that, you sexy bitch.
No, my boss, he'll make comments and he'll just be like, "Daddy like." We were talking about a catering. He's like, "Daddy likes the catering." It's really weird.
Do you work at like a sex shop? That's exactly what you just described.
Maybe that's why she doesn't
No.
watch porn.
Yeah, she sees, she
'Cause I have
works
a-
with it.
No,
She sees it all the time.
no.
It's too late. It's canon now. That's what everyone thinks you do.
Boom.
You work
Canon.
at a sex shop.
Okay.
Oh well, we did get offered to work in that one warehouse.
Oh, the
Oh,
one
yeah.
for Fascinations?
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, that's a warehouse. That's just a bunch of boxes of dildos. You know. They're my Saturday nights. Boxes of dildos. No.
Your Saturday nights?
Is this entire podcast going to be your confessional?
Listen, there's something I need to tell you guys
Yes.
Oh, that you like Spider-Man 3?
that I like. Yes, Spider-Man 3. That
Because
Venom.
porn.
Because porn. That's just going to be the reasoning for everything. I personally think the Obama administration should stay in for another 4 more years because porn. And then just walk away. Do you guys, by the way, speaking of porn, just to segue away from that awkward joke that nobody laughed at, did you guys hear about what Pornhub's doing right now? Have either of you
How
heard
the
about
hell
it?
would I know?
Why are
what
you on
Pornhub is
Pornhub
doing?
so much?
Listen. This
Apparently
is,
he's unsatisfied.
this is actually
so.
pretty funny. The
And hold up.
God damn
Why
it.
don't you watch porn? How
I don't
old
need
are you?
to. 20.
She couldn't get permission. She wasn't old enough for the site.
Oh, okay.
Whatever. Whatever.
It's all we need voice recognition.
But you guys, listen. So what they're doing?
I'm 20.
What they're doing is for Arbor Day, they are counting every 100 views that are in the category of big dick, they'll plant a tree somewhere.
What is Arbor Day?
It's kind of like Earth Day kind of thing. But
And what do big dicks have to do with that?
Big trees, big dicks.
the name of it says we want to
Wood.
give
Yeah,
America.
because big wood. Get it?
That's exactly what they said. They said we want to give the Earth some major wood is what they said on it. It's so great. I want to be a part of their.
I
kinda
actually
cool,
was thinking of this
guess.
elaborate story of how it goes back to like the olden days where they had to chop down trees and stuff to make their dildos.
What?
Ew.
Wooden dildos?
Sounds like Splinter City right there.
Probably
Ugh.
would. That would suck.
That just gives me chills, man. Not good chills, bad chills.
Chills, man.
Chills, man.
But yeah, no, that's kind of interesting. I saw this picture in response to that showed Pornhub's Earth, and it showed just an Earth made of trees. And I was like, yep, makes sense.
And you would be how many of those views exactly?
Canada.
I can't talk to him.
That's
anymore.
not a number.
I'd be the number Canada.
How old are you?
See
Canada. How old is Canada, actually? Leave a comment.
I'm fidgety.
You know, you have a laptop in front of you. You could probably answer that question.
Work.
Cough.
Cough, cough. I'm dying. I can't do work.
So back to Pornhub.
What is with you and getting on porn? Oh, and by the way, the porn industry was going to come to
Come to what? Come to
Arizona.
what? Wink.
Arizona.
Yeah. But
Why?
that kind of...
There isn't a porn industry here. I don't.
Apparently
For some
no.
reason, I've always just thought porn is kind of everywhere. Like I've never really thought it was
Yeah.
like in.
I didn't
like,
even know that there was really much of a
sexualized.
porn industry anymore. Because if you think about it, like, who pays for porn?
Yeah, but at the same time, if there wasn't a porn industry, where you watch your porn?
YouTube?
You watch your porn on YouTube?
There's no porn on YouTube. That's a freaking...
That's
He would
literally what you
know.
just said. You literally just said to me that you would watch your porn on YouTube.
Sarcasm, sir. Sarcasm.
That was definitely not
That was
sarcasm.
definitely not
I'm like the
sarcasm.
queen of sarcasm, and that was not sarcasm.
Anyone who says they're the king or queen of sarcasm is obviously
Is right.
not.
Hey, David's in the back.
Hey,
With
David.
his bright yellow
No one can
sunglasses.
no one can see him. It's
He has
just
bright
us.
yellow sunglasses. And
Oh,
now he's hip.
humping,
Oh, great.
humping the
Yeah.
wall.
It's not hump day. Yeah, tickle.
Any
What does
Any-
Pornhub do for Hump Day?
Well, here's the funny thing. They actually have other days planned. Like the Arbor Day is the first one, but the next one's Mother's Day, and it's MILF Day, where they're actually sending
God.
flower. They want
Yeah.
you to. They're gonna send flowers to the first person that ever gave you a boner as a child, like the first mother that ever gave you a
Oh
boner
my
as a child.
god. How awkward for that mom.
I want.
Ugh.
I literally want a job in Pornhub's marketing team. It sounds like so much fun. Like they're just like throwing darts at the wall. Like, so what are we gonna do today? Whoosh, MILFs. All right, that's what we're gonna do. All right, great. And then
They just have
So
like
now
a
what?
pinwheel and they
Yeah.
throw the dart at it with all the different categories.
they film it
That'd be a
with,
lot of
with a
categories.
person on it for the show
On that tree.
on that tree. Dim trees. The one thing I will say that I'm kind of worried about now is I'll never look at trees the same because I'll be like, I wonder if someone planted that by jacking off. Like that's how I'm gonna think now, is that tree.
So you're
got
gonna see a
planted.
tree and imagine a dick.
No. Well, I mean,
Gay.
who doesn't, right? I mean,
Me?
long, hard, bushy. Is that not yours, Savannah? How long and hard are you?
I'm a girl.
It's still the same question. What does that have to do with anything?
None of the above.
Okay, so short, small, and bushy.
20 minutes of talking about porn.
What did I get myself into?
Yeah, but
What did he get himself into?
Yeah, really.
somebody was also there was also an odd statistic online about how the amount of trees planted by Pornhub will get offset by the amount of Kleenex used due to the videos. Do you guys not get this? Are you guys not getting this? Porn, ejaculation, tissues? No.
I just don't think it's funny.
Well, I'm sure you don't. You don't watch porn. Why wouldn't you think it's funny? Nate thinks it's funny, though. He's just trying not to laugh. Isn't that right, Nate?
I'm just looking up another topic.
Because clearly Sage is having too much fun talking about this one.
Listen.
Yo, well, you should get him
We're right.
started up about his whole issues with the freaking Netflix and FCC.
You keep bringing that up.
Because you never talk about it.
Every podcast you bring that up. Listen.
Because you never talk about it.
I will talk about it when there's a bigger news about it. In March, they have a hearing going on to see if the FCC, not SEC.
In March?
SCC, Film School.
I keep saying March. What's this month?
May.
Sponsor.
May. Later in May, they're going to have a meeting. Once we have the meeting, we'll talk about it. But right now, nothing's happened so far. So it's not really an interesting topic to really talk about.
I just think Netflix should become like an online blockbuster. That'd be great.
Netflix needs to stop making
Netflix
stupid
pretty
business
much
decisions.
is online.
No, they're not, because they don't have all the good old movies that you'd go and find at Blockbuster.
Oh, I'm so
They have
sorry
all the
that we
shitty
need
ones.
to. I'm so sorry that we need to upgrade our library to the 1950s.
Okay, that's music, not movies, okay? Two different things.
There were movies back in the 1950s.
Yeah, I know, but not the movies I watch. I watch like
Don't
1980s,
put those on.
1990s.
Screw those movies.
Yeah.
I don't watch them. So
Those are the
why,
ones I
why should
need.
those get put on?
I mean,
No.
like old.
What was that?
I don't know.
Boom, 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 boom.
I think your mic's muted.
It's like. Well, at least
Troubleshooting time. Move
troubleshooting.
back. Move back. Nate, riff for a little bit.
Rift and riff. Anyways, but did you guys notice that there is this whole deal with Square Enix losing funding?
Can you hear
We're
me
back.
now?
We're
Okay.
back.
I'm actually joking.
I'm
That
back.
actually didn't happen.
Woo! No one was listening to you, Nate.
We're going to cut it out anyways, so go.
Don't press that, by the way. No, we'll probably keep it in. Don't
Yeah.
press that thing right there because it mutes you. Yeah, that button, it mutes. Well, go ahead. Press it. No one can hear you.
No one wants to listen to me anyway.
Now you're muted. All right.
I'm not muted.
I know.
Okay, so for
Okay.
those that probably didn't notice, there's a very violent outburst from my co-host. There was a lot of chairs thrown.
It's like a tornado hitting here.
It sounds like you're
You can
making
hear the
out.
wind. You sound like a turkey.
So what were you about the...
Gobble, gobble, bitches.
A little early for that.
What were you going to say, Nate? I love how, things I say just stop you guys in your tracks.
Because
Most
we just don't know
random
how to
stuff.
respond.
It's just...
All
We're
right.
just so out of the water.
All right, here we go. Last
for
topic.
the audience,
Go.
for the audience, it's basically... So, what do you guys think about... Look over to Sage.
We need to make this a video podcast. That's the intro right there.
Just your face.
All right, last topic. We got time for one more. What do you got? Anything at all?
Speed round. Someone come up with the topic. Go.
Couple
Couple.
the topic.
I'm gonna drop this over to Savannah.
Savannah.
For
topic.
what? You were going to ask me a question.
No.
That is
Come
unfair.
up with a topic.
Let's just talk about
Oh, shit.
let's just talk about
Talk about
coming up
topic.
with a topic for the last 2 minutes of the podcast. All right, here we go. I am trying to think of what movies are out right now. Any good ones?
Transcendence. I want to see that movie so
It's
badly.
not worth it.
Is
Nate,
it?
Nate saw
Oh, that's depressing. What about Lucy? Is that one out yet?
No, that doesn't come out till August 8th.
Hot.
Oh, the struggle.
Yeah,
Let's
ask
talk
me
about-
I'm gonna
any.
ignore
Ask
the
me the
fact
date of any movie. I know
Let's
it
talk
right
about
off
Scarlett
the top of my
Johansson
head.
for a little bit.
No,
I'm
seriously.
okay with that topic.
What's a different topic? Wasn't I supposed to be the one that came up with the topic?
Exactly.
Topic.
Sage is just gonna be that guy on the podcast who just
Makes fun of you guys for not being able to speak English. Yes, that is very true.
When you're the one that's been stuttering
What do you mean I'm stuttering?
like that.
What? I did it on purpose. All right. Well, I guess we'll stop it here.
No,
You
we're
can-
gonna go.
You can. Well, you're the host, so fucking outro.
Outro.
Outro now, slave.
What time are we at? Hold on.
That's if
We're-
you
we're
guys
literally
were
about
here
to
right
hit an hour
now,
and 30
that would be
seconds.
very
We're about to hit an hour in 30 seconds, so we probably
20,
should call it.
15.
Can't we
Did
go
you
a
just say
little bit
4:20?
longer?
No.
Blaze it up.
Nah, fuck it. We're gonna go a little bit longer.
But
Yeah.
what do we have to talk about? We couldn't even
He
come
was
up with a
gonna ask
topic.
me a question, Sage, if you give him the time.
I just don't remember what she was talking about before her mic cut out.
What were you talking about? I don't remember either.
have any clue.
Well, that's a great topic.
The
My
audience is
memory's
going to be all,
going
this
down.
guy's a fucking short memory. What is... Am I listening
We'll
to
just
some
rewind it right
dyslexic...
now. Just go back.
I wanna issue a formal apology to everyone who listens to this podcast for all the insulting comments I have made.
Thank you.
I would
I
like to say
appreciate it.
I've learned a little bit about myself and a lot about friendship.
And a lot about porn.
Next time,
Too much about porn.
Next time,
much about porn.
we will talk about
How Sage overcomes his addiction to porn.
intervention.
Sage is not going to overcome his...
We'll see you on the next
Overcome.
podcast of Lazy Revolver. All right, peace out, guys.
Bye.
Bye. Nate, say
Nate.
bye.
So, EVE Online